units, 1033, repeating 1033, admission in the 15, reference 1 at gunpoint. Interest on 1111.
You can call me stupid. You can call me
1 for 1, man. 1 for 1.
Yep, 1 and a 1.
The fuck's going on here? What up?
You know, like we're having a little bit of a disagreement here. This guy.
That was round. Are you dumb? Are you even smart at all? That was round 2 already. Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna do that, ow.
Ow!
What's going on there, Harvey? You want to go?
I tripped over this
Yeah, you got
dumbass.
lucky. You got lucky pushing me down, man. You got lucky.
Look, you done knocked my hat off, man.
Well, let me grab that for you. Let me grab it. There you are. There's your hat.
There we go. Now that we've settled that, you willing to come back in and apologize and be a standard fella?
You know what? We both knocked each other down. I think that's fair fight.
Fair enough.
You want to call it shoots, man?
I mean, we can.
It's like a UFC event.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean,
Like I don't know what
just-
that is, but it's like bare knuckle boxing.
You came in here, you insulted one of the patrons, and, you know, you didn't expect to be called out for it. But, you know, we done through fisticuffs. We're
Got any
both
beer in
good.
there?
What's that?
So, yep.
Beer?
Let's just
Got
get
any?
there.
Yeah, we got beer. We got good eye beer in here.
I love me some beer.
Yeah. I'm good, man. See, that's how men handled it. We both handled it well. We
I
talked
mean, that-
outside in the parking lot, and no cops involved.
All right,
We
one good eye
cops.
beer coming right up.
No. We handled business like we ought to, like they used to in the good old days. Fucking cops got to get involved with everything.
You know, before cops got involved.
And if you notice, neither one of us pulled out a
And
gun
here
like
you
some
are,
people
good,
are
you
want
know,
to.
like, appreciate that.
Oh yeah, hell no, man. I ain't no
Put it on the
cheap
tab
ass
there.
bitch. I ain't gonna pull a gun out in a fist fight. Ain't no
Right? I
pansy.
mean, what happened to the honor of young folks
Yeah,
these days?
yeah.
You know, they get their ass whooped up on a little bit and they want to pull out a fucking gun because they can't handle their ass.
Or they pull out a knife or a fucking hammer. I'm like, man, this is a one-on-one fist fight.
That man, I'm gonna pour myself, a whiskey, I think, or moonshine. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
You're going heavy. Hey, how you been? Been a little bit. I just got off work.
Well, I mean, this here's my favorite.
Yo, man, you might want to get your door checked out.
Yep, probably won't, but thanks for letting me know. I appreciate that.
Next round's on me, man. I'll just use my credit card. You take plastic?
I'm sorry, cash only here. Like, no credit will be refused.
Don't worry about it.
ATM, man? You got an ATM?
There might be one back there. I don't remember. Like, it could be. Wait, no, that's it. I think that's at the strip club.
Yeah, that's at the strip club. You have to go all the way down to Sandy, down by the fucking bank to do that. But don't worry about it, man. I got it. But just open up my tab here, Harvey.
I mean, there's one in Harmony. Bubba Spray.
No cash. Like the sign says, no cash equals no beer.
There's a chick down the street that says no cash, no ass.
I ran into her once.
Yeah, she's forgettable.
Man, I'm not trying to be rude here, but this is 2021. Most places take credit and debit, man.
Yeah, that also costs. And speaking from a business owner experience right now, like every place that takes that, like it costs me money to take your money. So, cash only, bro.
He's not wrong.
Well,
I
yeah,
hear
but-
they charge money to run a credit card.
Oh yeah, no, they did, man. I own my own business, and I get that part, but sometimes you gotta spend money to make money.
I mean, I gave you $50. I think he gave you a Cowboy Splay or whatever his name. I always forget your name, but there, Bubba, But
there you go. You just said it. How you gonna forget it and say it?
yeah, but there was more than you have like 9 names. I can't remember all 9 of them. It was just like Bubba.
It's Bubba Ray, man. It's Bubba Ray.
Yeah,
it's
you
not
act
that
like I
hard.
should remember that though.
I mean, you should.
I mean, I can barely remember that, bro.
My name's one word, okay? So it's easy to remember. You got 2 words. Harder.
Well, I mean, you got your first and your last name. Mine's just my first and my middle.
But I don't introduce you as my last name. I just tell you my first name.
So,
Fair enough.
I thought it was all one name, like, you know, just Bubba Ray, just one
Oh,
name.
no. My first name's Bubba. My middle name's Ray. But, you know, growing up, everyone called me, you know, Bubba Ray. You know, it probably, when I was growing up, the only time I ever got called my full name was by my mama when I was in trouble. You know, she'd holler, Bubba Ray Marterson, get your ass in here.
Yeah, you know, like I've heard that before. You know, Harvey. You know, let me spank your. Oh, maybe never mind. Like
I would just beat my ass. She didn't call me nothing. She called me piece of shit and then beat my ass. Usually I deserved it.
Right. Did y'all's mamas ever make y'all have to go out and pick your own switch?
No, but you know, like I knew a guy whose mom did that. Yep, I met a fella like that.
Yep. That was the worst thing ever, man. That is the worst punishment when you get in trouble and they tell you know what? Go out there and pick your switch.
No, my mom would grab a hairbrush, a wooden spoon, a fire extinguisher. It didn't matter. She'd hit me with a fucking axe.
I hope you mean
wow.
the handle.
Yep.
I mean, hitting you with an axe head just doesn't seem like you should be here.
She's like, eat all your macaroni and cheese. I was like, I don't like it. So then she would just grab whatever she had and then hit me with it. Still didn't eat it, though.
Why would she have an axe in the kitchen?
I mean, you know,
I didn't say it was in the kitchen, dummy.
You know.
I mean, it could have been in the living room. It could have been in the dining room.
Well, why would she have an axe in the house?
My dad was a lumberjack. He had them all over the place.
Fair enough.
Jeez, wasn't your dad a lumberjack?
Nope. My dad was a man who lived off the land. He's a hunter.
I mean, what does a lumberjack do? They live off the land. They cut down the land.
Yeah, but my dad shot the land.
Well, yeah, that's what hunting is.
Exactly.
But it's more of a spiritual thing. You go out there, you're not just trying to kill, you're trying to harvest.
Yep. Well, I mean, he harvested the meat and skins. And he passed that down to me.
I'm just saying, like he makes balls, like he makes animal balls that you can eat. So
Yeah.
just, you know, watch what he's offering.
I remember, yep, something about nuts and no, thank you.
Man, they're called prairie berries.
They're called a lot of things, but they're still nuts. I don't put nuts in my mouth.
What about the nuts sitting right there on the bar?
I mean, but those come from a tree,
And these come from an animal,
right? That's not from a tree, right?
right?
Yeah.
I mean, the animal. What if the animal was sitting in a tree? What if it was a squirrel?
Do you like nuts all over your bush or bush nuts?
I mean, if nuts grow on a bush, then I'll eat them. Yeah.
There are nuts that grow on bushes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called like a holly nuts. Wait, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of not in my wheelhouse describing the different types of nuts, but I know I like almonds. And pecans are all right, too. They grow on trees, though.
Yep.
They used to grow them up in the hills over here, like just past Harmony. There's hills over there, and that's where they grow all those nuts. Use a lot of water, though. I saw a thing on, I don't know, one of those learning channel things, and they're talking about how much water it uses, and then they take all the water from like the local people, so they're all poor and everything.
I ain't heard nothing about that.
I mean, it was on, it wasn't the actual, quote, Discovery Channel. It was the other one. It was like the Learning Channel, or maybe it was
What was
Movie
it?
Hell, I don't know.
Was it Discovery 8, the Ocho?
But I mean, I know I don't watch Spanish channels. I don't understand what the hell they're saying. You ever go to Home Depot and they speak something and you don't know what they mean?
Yep.
It's irritating.
Well, I mean, I've been around them enough that I kind of have an idea what some of them say.
I mean, I like No Trabajo and Basuda and Bendejo because that's call me Wedo all the time. And Puerco and, you know, Cerveza and the hell is the bathroom?
Baño.
Yeah, Baño.
The only thing I know is like Senor and Hola and Cerveza. There we go. That's all I
Yep,
need to know.
here, let me teach you a new one.
And Baño.
Hey, there's a new one. If they ask, if they go, blah, 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 whatever they say, just go, no say. Like, no, and like, if you're going to say something, those two words together, no say.
No say, bro. No say.
There you go. Yeah, mi nombre is hilarious. No say.
I'm just like, I don't, you know, like my thing is like, I don't speak English. That's what I said. Like, I don't speak English.
You sell hamburgers up in here, right?
We sell, you know, we have like whatever the sign says over there. That's what we got. And just be, you know, like we do sell grilled cheese.
Well, I'm just saying, if anybody ever comes in here ordering an hamburguesa, that's Spanish for the hamburger.
Why don't they just call it a hamburger? When America,
Right? Yeah, we speak in freedom
some
units over here.
Because some of them don't know how to say hamburger. They say hamburguesa.
Yeah, but they don't actually have hamburgers in Mexico.
That's not true.
What do you mean that's not true?
I have been to Mexico, and I have had a hamburger in Mexico.
It was Americanized. It wasn't real Mexico. They got tacos. It's their version of hamburger, burritos and tacos.
Oh no, this was a legitimate hamburger. It had two buns. It had a piece, you know, a hamburger patty.
It ain't in
had
their
lettuce
culture.
and tomato.
That's not part of their culture.
It's not, but it was close enough to the border that they still had hamburgers.
You said close enough to the border.
Yep.
That means it was barely in America. It was barely in Mexico.
Well, it was Boys Town.
I mean, we have
Whoa. We don't need to know what's going on down there, man. Like, just you calm yourself.
You know, you can get Chicago. You can get Mexican food in Chicago too, but that doesn't make it real Mexican food unless it's cooked by real Mexicans.
Oh, well, I know some white folks that make some pretty badass fucking Mexican food.
I mean, perhaps, but they got the recipe from the people of the origin of the food. I mean, you don't go. Listen, I was in Italy, well, actually Sicily once, and I went to a Chinese food restaurant. Believe it or not. If you ever ain't seen nothing that's so crazy as a bunch of Chinese people running around speaking Italian when you speak English, it's something to see.
I think that would be pretty funny to see.
However, the Chinese people were Chinese making the Chinese food, therefore is authentic. Speaking Italian.
I'm just all confused at this point. All I know is food is good.
Yep. Yeah, when you go to a Chinese restaurant and they say chow, you're like, well, that's what I'm here for. And they're like, no, hello. And you're like,
is that how they say hi in China?
No, that's how they say it in Italy, but the Chinese said it in Italian, so it's chow. It's so confusing.
That is very confusing. I am literally super confused.
If you want to confuse somebody else, in Japan, go to McDonald's because they got them there, and order supersize. See what they do.
You mean, you know, like
I imagine they'd look at you funny.
Why would they look at you funny though?
Japanese people are kind of, you know, they're not very big, so you know, like supersize is like overeating, right?
Yep. Yeah, but they don't even know. It's not even on their menu. You're like, I want supersize, and they look at each other all confused, like, what do you mean? It's like, give me a big Coke, and then they give you one of those water cooler size cups as a big one.
Oh, kind of like, you know, like the size of the old whiskey glass on the counter here.
Well, that's a shot glass. It's slightly larger than that.
So like one time, like I saw like some pictures and there was like these, you know, like these Japanese kids, man, like they went to the McDonald's place and they got like they got like 25 like large fries and just put them on this big ass tray and we're just like mowing down like a like group of them like mowing down on like all these French fries. You ever seen that stuff before?
Where a bunch of kids eating French fries? I mean, I see it all the
I
time.
mean, like they get it like, you know, like 25 large fries though, man, and they just pile it like this massive pile and just all like grabbing out of it, man, like not individual, like they just like a mountain of fries, bro.
So they do it in Texas. Like everything's that way. Like you
Yeah.
go, give me 12 pounds of meat, and they just throw it on the damn table in front of you, and you're like, you want fries with that? Or they say that, and you're like, yeah. And they bring just a pile of fries, like on a big mountain, like you're talking about. You don't have to go all the way to Japan.
And that sounds absolutely amazing. Like, yep, absolutely amazing.
You'll get shot if you use mayonnaise, though.
Don't think that they do that.
What do you mean?
It occurs to me that they don't really do that down there. Just big old 12-pound stack of meat raw.
Fuddruckers, every goddamn gas station has some sort of meatery in there that they cook and slow cook meat for like 400 days. And yeah, everywhere I ever went down there, we went to all those kind of places.
Yeah, but are they just slapping down 12 pounds of meat right in front of you?
I mean, you know, like there's that thing that's like, what is that called? Where you you know, like, you know, like it's bigger than what it is. Kind of like, you know, like what you say to all your ladies. And then but this is what he's saying about the meat that's on the plate.
Like you're rolling 8 inches deep, but you're really only like 4.
Yeah. You exaggerate.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on, let me pour this in my eye. I'm dead serious. When you go to, as a matter of fact, Fuddruckers is one of the places I went to, which we have them here in Los Santos. However, down there, when you order like whatever, you're like, I want brisket, and they literally use the words, how many pounds? And you say, I want potato salad, and they go, how many pounds? They don't order by ounces or none of this other crap. They say, how many pounds of this do you want? And you tell them. So you say 12 pounds, they're dropping 12 pounds on the table in front of you.
Oh, yeah, and you're going to spend about $100.
So the money thing wasn't what I was talking about. You said, do they actually drop 12 pounds? And I would say, if you order 12 pounds, I never had a scale and said it's 12.2 or 11.8. It was roughly a lot of meat. It was like 12 pounds.
Don't get me wrong. We got there's a joint called the Dickies down there that I've visited once or twice, and they sell meat by the pound. But I don't really know anybody that's going in there and ordering 12 pounds of meat.
No, if you're going there by yourself.
I mean, I saw a movie one time where some guy ate an old, it was called like the old 96er. And he, you know, like 96-ounce steak that you had to eat, and you know, like that'd be wild. That'd be crazy.
One of those things where like if you can eat it all, they give it to you for free.
Yeah, I think so. You know, but you got to eat like the whole thing except for the bone. You got to eat like all the fat and gristle and everything on that.
And they give you like 12 shakes, and like you got to eat the bones or the buns. I mean. And then all the French
you got to eat all
the whole meal.
Just the steak, but you don't want to fill yourself up on the rolls, man. Like you start eating rolls, and that bread, it's going to fill you right up. You won't hit the challenge, man.
They used to do one, I don't remember there was a, you know, on the that burger meat, what the hell is it called? The food channel where they like tell you how making food. They would go around places too. And one guy, I don't even know who it was, but he'd go to those challenges. So he would do the same thing you're talking about. He'd be like, I'm up for your challenge. And it'd be like, you know, like, I don't know the size of it. I don't want to get called out for saying the wrong thing, but, you know, like a 2 foot, for example, the 24-inch pizza, and you got to eat all of it in like, you know, like,
yeah, I've heard of things
17
like that,
minutes.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I saw that show. That was that Man versus Food with that
that's
guy
one of
named
them.
Adam.
Yeah. I don't know his name, but yeah.
The host's name was Adam.
I don't know how Adam wasn't fat.
Oh, he was, but I remember reading this interview that he had done after that show ended, and he said pretty much after every one of those shows that he did, like he'd have to like have an entire day off just to exercise that shit off.
I mean, I would have a, like I'd go into the parking lot and throw that up in the bush, because that's way too much food.
Like he went into that as a training for competitive eating.
It's crazy. Yep. I mean, who the hell? Listen, I don't know if I'd ever want a competitive eat. I would want, competitive fighting would be easier than competitive eating, but I got to take a piss. I'll be right back.
Enjoy.
Hey, good news. The
Hey,
I'll get
you're-
it. I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get that glass cleaned up.
I don't know if you know this, but somehow you have a bunch of like grass and leaves and shit on the other side of that bar.
Well, it hasn't been cleaned in years. People back here with dirty feet.
I mean, all you're doing is blowing them grass and them leaves over here somehow. Excuse
me,
sir. If you have if you're down with the sickness, please keep your distance.
No, I don't. No, I've got dust in my nose. So now it looks like you swiped up my beer there. Can I get another one?
Yep.
But yeah, I even took the time to get my bike out today.
All right, there you are. I'll just take that out of the cashola that you gave me earlier.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had my bike out earlier, but I had rode it. I rode it around a little bit and put her all back in the garage and had to go. That leather was. Let me tell you, that leather was getting hot in here, man. So I had to throw on the old shorts.
Oh, I don't blame you. Leathers tend to get a little chappy.
I don't know.
Yeah, man.
I'll do the road rash instead.
I mean, I actually, it was like, I had some leather that was a little bit tighter and it was, cutting off circulation in parts that I didn't want that to happen. So I had to get a little bit looser, but I mean, it works. It's just a little warm.
A little warm. Yeah. Yep. Leather tends to do that.
Yeah. But like, I got my vest is has no sleeves, so it's a trade-off when you're riding the bike. You get the air flowing through the top, and your legs are protected from the old hot motor.
You know what you ought to do? You ought to get you one of them there funnels and stuff down the front of your pants. That way, when you're going forward and the wind is blowing back, you're blowing wind right down the front of your pants. You get some air circulation.
I mean, that seems painful in some respects, jabbing a funnel right down your crotch, but I
don't got the room for it. Wait till it turns 115.
Yeah, I might have to go to like, pants.
Well, I mean, that's why I wear my overalls. They got opening areas for wind flow to go through and, cotton breeze.
I mean, I enjoy my shorts. They're just, not ideal for the old motorcycle.
Oh, hell no. You burn your legs if you touch that motor.
Well, the exhaust does worse.
Oh,
that's, yeah.
I was working on the monster truck a while back, and I'd ran it recently, and I was getting up there next to that exhaust, and I burnt a good old patch of skin clear off my elbow. Nothing like 900-degree metal, huh?
Yeah, man. Been there, done that, and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Well, since Bubba kicked my beverage off there, and I had to use the old leaf blower to blow it under, get that cleaned up. I better pour myself another one.
Are you sure it was me and not you? Because you've been sliding over this counter left and right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sure you don't.
Hell, I saw you pulled up in a big old pickup truck, man. Like that's a big boy out there.
Yeah, I came straight from work, so I didn't get a chance to stop by the city and grab my cut or my bike. So I was coming from around Paleto Bay. We had some work up there, so I was stopping by here on the way to the city. And I was like, well, let's see who's hanging out, see if Harvey's there. I mean, for God knows, maybe Barry's back in town. I'm not sure, because it's not like he'll ever text me and let me know he's coming back.
Who's this Barry fella y'all's talking about?
The president of the STFU, Barry Bogan.
Oh,
is he still the president?
I mean, nobody else is president. He like, it's a long story. I mean,
I was just unsure of the, what is that? The organizational chart related to the motorcycle club.
Right. So, I mean, here's how it boils down, right? Barry and I created the club.
Yep.
Barry asked if I want to be president. I'm like, hell no, because the president is always the one at the LAR. The LAR always goes after the president because he's like the president. So he's like the,
yep.
like the person focus of everything. And that's why we pick up his motorcycle, by the way, because that's our rules. Like, you have to pick up the president's motorcycle, the symbol of the club. So the symbol of the club is also the one law enforcement goes after. Well, I'm not a big fan of law enforcement from perspective of going to jail for things we probably didn't do, or maybe some think we did, but, here nor there. So I've always been the VP as the co-founder.
Yep.
And when he left, unbeknownst to me, he just all of a sudden, I mean, I knew, but he's like, later. I'm like, what do you mean? And then he left. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to be the president because I don't want to be the president. I don't want to be I'm the head honcho, but I'm not the head, like guy that the cops know about. So more like the president of the United States, more like a puppet. He doesn't think so, but everybody else knows. Kind of that thing.
Yep.
So, yeah. So Barry's the current president, or the only one we ever had. And whenever he makes it back here from over yonder, I think he just went home he got rich real quick due to the, because he was the president of FCFU, and the law enforcement got out of hand, and he made a whole bunch of money, and I think he took off to go down there and, buy some maids or whatever. I don't know what they do down there.
I mean, I think they go surfing and stuff like that, over at the Great Sandy Reef thing.
So maybe he bought a big surfboard, and then he couldn't use it here because, I mean, we got decent waves, out on the beach and stuff, but maybe he wanted to go home where the waves are more to his liking. I don't know. Anyways, he left, and his aunt went with him too, which was weird because, you'd think she was here first, and then he came over and stayed with her. But so I guess she left. Maybe there's a family thing. I don't. Like I said, it's all.
Could have been, man. Could have been.
He just said, I got to go home, and I was like, okay. But I thought he was just going on a vacation, and it's been, hell, it's almost been a year. So I got notice. Hey, he said, I'm coming back. And I was like, when? He's like, one of these weekends. I'm like, well, that's specific. So I guess when he gets in town, he'll text me up and be like, yo, I'm back. I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, now what do you want me to do? Polish your shoes? Because that shit ain't happening. Like, he knows me. We have prospects to do that stuff anyways. But yeah, so, and a lot of the crew, they just it was summertime, so they all went off and did their own thing during the summer.
Yeah.
And then the winter, now we're coming on summer again, so I think
in the winter you got to snuggle up with the old the old lady and during the winter and cuddle up and all that stuff, keep yourself warm.
I mean, that's one way to look at it. And the other way to look at it is it's not really, normally it rains in the winter and stuff, but this year was a little dry, so it would have been It's been all right, but yeah, I don't put a lot of thought into it because I just live my life.